first bring your water to a boil, you put the eggs in, bring it back to a boil. Once you see that it is in a boil again, you take it off the burner and you let it simmer for 10 minutes, and then you put them into an ice bath. And then you can shell them.
Easily.
Easily shell them. So today I'm going to be making deviled eggs, and I do it a special way where I color them with beet juice so they turn this beautiful pink color, and then I actually add wasabi to the yolks. So I've used these for like New Year's Eve, and today's Easter, so we're going to actually do this for Easter as well. But it's a really fun way to do deviled eggs that are a little bit more festive, if that's even possible, than normal deviled eggs. So we just have a few here to demonstrate. Now, to actually do the coloring, the pink coloring, I made some canned pickled beets, and I'm just going to use the juice. But if you don't have this on hand, you could recreate this with vinegar and cook some beets in it, and then you can just get that liquid, you know, pickling spice with the beets and vinegar.
I made these though. Let me see them.
Oh, these are pickled beets from last summer that I'm going to be opening the jar and using the juice for the first time, and we'll be eating the beets too. So it's actually great to be able to reuse your pickling liquid for something too.
Okay.
Careful with your beet juice because it stains, but you want to pour it over the eggs that have been hard boiled. These are hard boiled eggs that have been shelled. Anyway, so I'm covering them, and it probably wouldn't take very long for them to turn color, but I'm going to spin them around a little bit. Getting pretty burgundy now.
Whoa, look at the color.
It's pretty wild, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and very soon, as soon as the other side matches this, we'll take them out.
Okay.
Okay, careful when you're handling things with beet juice because you don't want to be staining your clothes. I'm taking it out of the pickling juice, I'm patting them dry, and then I'm going to just put them into another bowl.
So you're taking the excess off, that's all.
That's all, I'm just patting it dry.
These
And
are...
look at that color, it's pretty spectacular.
Yeah, for an egg.
Yes, for an egg. This is deviled eggs.
What? Ruby?
Rubied wasabi eggs. Deviled eggs.
Devilish. Okay.
Kind of cool, right?
Yeah, so we get the idea now.
I hope so.
Anything you want to throw on the floor right now?
Well, maybe an egg at you.
Maybe me. Oh.
Careful. We had an accident anyway.
Cut, yeah. Well, we have less potatoes on the tray now.
Let's try this again.
What is this? Time for?
A cocktail intermission after these eggs, before we start the asparagus.
We're doing multiple tasking.
We're multitasking today.
But you won't see that. You're going to see them separately.
Yeah.
So we're not fooling around.
This is a production. Put these in the refrigerator. You could store them until you're ready to do the yolks, where I'm going to add some seasoning and wasabi, and then I'll pipe them into it and make it a deviled egg.
Cool. Putting the eggs in the fridge. I know you were barking. Bugsy's been on patrol here. Bugsy's on deer patrol, right, Bugsy? What's going on out here? What's going on out here?
So, we're continuing today with our deviled eggs, and you can break up this process into 2 steps where, like, if you don't want to do it all in one day, you can stop at the point of pickling the eggs, which is what we did yesterday, and now today I'm going to do the deviled part where I'm going to work with the yolks, or you could do it all at once. But if you wanted to, you could let these sit in the fridge overnight, and that's what we did. So now today we're going to start up again with our recipe and do the yolks for the deviled eggs.
And there are going to be plenty of yolks coming.
Oh,
I
let's
hope
so.
I don't know if I'm that alert.
Okay. Well, yeah, we're a little sleepy still. We have a dozen deviled eggs.
6 eggs.
6 eggs, and you cut them in half.
You
This
don't know
part's
how to do that.
very easy.
Anyone could do this.
Hopefully.
I could do that.
Look how beautiful the color is on the inside. So what you want to do is pop out the yolk into a small bowl and reserve the hard-boiled whites. And I always find that it's helpful just to trim off a little bit of the bottom, and it helps them sit flat. Unless you have a deviled egg
Flattener.
plate for it.
Oh, right.
If you're just putting them in a regular plate, it helps just to give them a little bit of a flat bottom.
So they
Without
sit.
rolling around. Yeah.
That's a good idea. Everybody wants a flat bottom.
Yolks.
There's a lot of yolks.
I'm not sure about these yolks.
There's yolks.
I'm not sure about these yolks.
This is yolks time.
Okay, but like,
2 deviled eggs go into a bar.
honestly, isn't this gorgeous?
There goes that yolk. Ignore the
Okay.
yolks. But you've
Well-
got a knife in your hand, and I'll just cool it.
Ignore the yolks.
And you're not even sitting when you're doing this. This is stand-up yolks. Oh. Oh, a nice sharp knife you have there.
Isn't that gorgeous?
That
and it's
ceramic.
pink for Easter.
It's pink,
Like
ready.
the pink eggs.
Like you have to have
The
a
pink
knife
knife.
that matches the egg.
That
Nice.
is so pretty. These colors are gorgeous. Wow, that was good. I like that
Here
one.
they are, scooped out, ready to be filled.
That's right.
Isn't that pretty? Isn't that
It
something?
is something. It's something. I don't know what it is.
But it's something. It's like a mandala.
Here's the scooped out egg yolks of 6 eggs. We have Earth Balance olive oil mayo. We have wasabi, which is our secret ingredient for a little bit of kick. And also organic Dijon mustard. First I'll break up the yolks. Probably about 3 tablespoons of the mayo. We'll see in probably about 2 squirts of the anise. I don't really measure this stuff out. And probably 2 squirts of the wasabi. And as you're doing it, taste it to see if you like how it's coming out. That is always the key, is you could always add more.
Right, but
You
not
know,
less.
Proceed moderately, and then you can always add more.
Okay. And we're not pushing any of these products. It's just
Nothing in specific. I mean, I really do love the anise. This wasabi, I guess it's any kind of tube wasabi is fine. I mean, if you want to use real mayo, you can too. I'm not sure what's really in mayo that we're trying to avoid here. Probably eggs, and now we're putting it in eggs. So. And if you're not really finding wasabi, you could also add a little kick with cayenne pepper. So there's other ways you can go with it. Pushing it up with a fork. I'm going to add in some mayo, and I said about 3 tablespoons. And I'm just, roughly using just a spoon here. Really want it to be a nice creamy texture because you're going to pipe it through. If you have a pastry bag with a nice nib, that's the best way to do it.
Bugsy knows there's eggs in here, and he looks very serious.
And again, I'm just like a little squirty of that. And also the wasabi is going to be a little squirty. And then the wasabi, you're going to blend it in really good. And you could even use a blender if you wanted to get all the lumps out and make it super smooth, which I think probably would be a nice idea to do that.
Finger taste.
I'm going to put a tad more wasabi.
Whoa!
I'm going to have the cameraman taste it and see. Because again, before you go...
I don't know what you're looking for. That much? That's a lot of wasabi, huh?
That's it? Okay,
That's
that's
good.
what I'm using. Oops. Like that.
Well, kick.
More kick.
Okay, I'm gonna taste this now. Oh,
Just take a little
okay.
piece. Yeah.
Mmm. That tastes good. It tastes like egg, is it? Oh, it is egg. What am I saying? Oh, God.
Hello.
Hello. Another.
Hello.
I need 2 coffees.
Earth to cameraman.
Yeah. Ground control
Sounds
to
like
Major
there's some
Tom.
egg in here.
Ground control to Major
tastes
Tom.
just like
I said a
egg.
little more.
More wasabi.
And more finger.
We're doing more wasabi.
Now it's gonna be a nice kick. If you like a kick.
It's a nice surprise in it because it actually is a flavor that seems to blend very
And
well.
if this is at night or whatever, and you're drinking, I think you want more kick.
Well,
We're not
for a
drinking.
cocktail party, a little too lumpier than I'm achieving with the fork, so I'm going to actually brought out the old hand mixer, and I'm going to whip it up so it's really a smooth texture, and get some air in here too.
We're getting our tools out. One, plug in the machine. Okay.
I'm having too much fun. I rarely bring this out.
She really brings out the power tools.
You don't need to do this. This
No.
is an extra step that is just to, you want to get it less long.
Right. This is just for people who are into whipping, and you know who you are.
It's like egg beaters or something.
Yeah, wife beater.
Okay, so for the next step, I'm going to fill a bag and use a special nib to really make it fancy. And if you don't have, I got this at Woolworths, I don't remember, like maybe 20 years ago, but it was like $3.50. These things are not that
20 years ago
expensive.
when you were 5.
That's right.
Okay.
And I think you can probably pick it up, you know, anywhere. Anyway, you pick out a nib that has like that. And again, if you don't have this, you could just use a Ziploc bag and cut off the
You can
little
show
tip and push it in. I'm not going to show you. But this is how a real bag, you know, these disposable bags, and you fill it and you squeeze it all down. Let's see if there's a hole here. Yeah. So you push it through. You push it through the bag and make it tight before you start putting in your egg yolks, your whipped egg yolks. You're filling the bag. Squeeze everything kind of down to kind of get it into the lower part.
Anybody who cake decorates would know this, right?
Absolutely. This is a cake decorating device.
That's where you can buy this.
Wrap it up like that, and then you start just squeezing. And you make it pretty. It looks like it's a little effort, but it really is fun, and the results are amazing.
And it's faster if you're not even taping
If you're
it.
not doing the video, it goes a lot faster. It's a very easy thing to do, and I think it's actually really fun to do, and I really think people enjoy deviled eggs too. It's kind of an old-fashioned thing to do. At least this is a new twist with the wasabi and dyeing them, you know, with the beet.
Whenever you mention
stuff.
deviled eggs to people, they're like,
Always excited about it, like,
Oh.
ooh, deviled eggs. So, and I think even making it pretty like this isn't too much effort either.
great for parties. And we're going to have a party right here
In your belly.
in my belly with our doggy. The dog's going to have
You actually end up
some.
with a little bit more than you could fill the eggs, so maybe let me make them a little bit higher. So for New Year's, we actually top these with caviar, but this is an Easter version without it, but I think I might chop up a little bit of dill and put that on.
That'll look nice.
So that'll be
Okay.
pretty delicate.
Here he comes. He thought it was ready, so he came over. He just came over because he knows the dill's going on. Bugsy,
I don't understand how you guys.
how did you know that the dill was coming on? It's over, huh?
This man, this little dog.
Yeah,
knows a
he's
lot
too
about
much.
food.
This is with the dill on
The
top.
dill. It's the last accent part. Gorgeous. And also, the coloring doesn't give it much flavor. It's not like it's affecting the taste of it. It's just a way of adding a burgundy ruby color to it.
Now finally we get to eat these. Mm. Don't open your...
Yum.
You never want to speak with egg. Wow. That's some amazing egg. This is you got to make these. Don't forget, listen to your cameraman. Make these. What Bugsy's been waiting for. He's standing now. Sit for your egg. How was the deviled egg, Bugsy? Say something.
Say something.
This is what's left. We're sitting at the table. And this is like 3 minutes later.
This isn't a testimony of a breakfast smoothie.
We had a breakfast smoothie, and then we're doing this. We haven't eaten anything, and it's like
Yeah.
2 in the afternoon. Those might go into my belly.